Hello, my most amazing artists. How are you today? I hope that you said you are ready to create because I know I am. All right, first grade. This week we have been learning all about ancient Egyptian art. Today we are going to draw and decorate our own sarcophagus. Today the materials that I am going to use is, I wanted to use a bright colored piece of paper today just for fun. You could use a white piece of paper, you could use any color you have, but I wanted to do a bright color, so I had a nice bright background. I thought that would be fun to switch it up today, but feel free to use whatever color you have. I also am I have some thin, fine point markers and some thicker Crayola markers. Now you can use whatever colors you have at home. So whether you have colored pencils, oil pastels, markers, crayons, or paints, anything will do. This is just the supplies that I'm using today. Also, I wish I had this with me. I have it in my classroom. Is one of those gold or silver Sharpies. If you have a gold or silver Sharpie, that would make this project very, very fun for you to do the decoration portion. So if you have one of those, I encourage you to use it. I don't have one of those today, so I'm not going to use one of those either. But if you do, I think it'd be super fun for when it comes to putting our beautiful patterns onto our sarcophagus. So let's get started. To start, I'm going to be using just a black fine tip marker. You can use any type of dark colored pencil, crayon. You could even do it in pencil first and outline it later if you're worried about making mistakes. I also want to remind you that if I am ever going too quickly, you can always rewind the video to listen to instructions again, or pause it until you catch up, and then you can push play when you're ready to move on to the next part. So to start, we are going to be near the top of our paper, not quite all the way. We still have a decent amount of space away from the top. Maybe about 4 fingers. We're about 4 fingers away from the top. And what we're going to do is we are going to draw a line. You don't want it to be too big, but you don't want it to be too small, in the center of our paper. And then we are going to draw a straight line down. So it kind of looks like a rectangle, but it's an unfinished rectangle because we're not drawing a line on the bottom. Next, you're gonna have a little curve at the bottom that goes out just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're trying to make it as even on both sides as possible. So whatever happens over here, you want to happen over here. That is symmetry, so that we have a line of symmetry going down the middle of our art piece. So whatever happens on this side is going to happen on this side. So we are going to have our curved line. We're going to curve it up like that. So kind of like a U shape on either side. We're curving it up. And next we are going to curve this line. You should probably watch me first before you do this on your paper because it can look a little complicated. We are going to curve our line out like that. So it goes up, down a little bit, and over. And next we are going to connect this line and this line with one big curved line, kind of like a giant rainbow, for the head of our sarcophagus. Just like that. And then we're going to draw the face of our sarcophagus, so we need to add curved line at the bottom for where our face is going to be. And this is the headdress, so the top part of the head. of our sarcophagus. So we are going to draw first in the very middle. We are going to just draw a sloped line down the side and up for our nose. We are going to draw two almond-shaped or football-shaped eyes, and we're gonna add, the Egyptians would often have kind of like a makeup decoration like that, where it, not quite kind of like some eyeliner that came off the side like that we're gonna add. And we're going to add a circle inside, with another circle inside like that. And then we're going to do curved line for the top part of our lips, a curved line for the bottom, and a middle line through the middle. Next, in decorative sarcophagus fashion, there's usually this little decorative piece that comes off the chin of our sarcophagus. This isn't a real face. This face is just painted on the outside of the sarcophagus to decorate it. And I'm gonna add some X's inside for the detail. Next, we're going to add horizontal stripes onto the headdress of our sarcophagus. Also, like I said, if I'm moving too quickly, don't worry. You can always pause the video, rewind the video, and catch up at any of the points where you are missing instructions. So like I said, we're just adding horizontal lines across our headdress, trying to make them as even on both sides as we possibly can. Once we get to the top part, we can just do one straight line across like that. And now it's time for the body, which is really simple. It is just a curved shape downwards like that. On both sides, remember, we want it to be symmetrical. Whatever happens to one side happens to the other. And then on the bottom, we're just gonna add this rectangular shape that comes out like that. And just like we did horizontal stripes on our headdress of our sarcophagus, we're gonna add some stripes here. And in each of these different sections, we can make them big or little stripes, because we're gonna fill them up with different colors and patterns when we go to decorate it. So they don't have to be even stripes. They can be whatever color you would like them to be, or whatever size, I mean, you would like them to be. But they can also be whatever color when you go in to color them in. So we're just filling up the bottom part of our sarcophagus, our ancient Egyptian sarcophagus, with stripes. You can make yours look exactly like mine, or it can look very different. It's totally up to you. But once you have created that, that's kind of your outline. It's like you created your own coloring page, and it's just time to color it in. And like I said earlier, you can color yours in just like mine, or you can make yours different and unique however you want. I'm gonna color in the face of my sarcophagus with this yellow color. Usually sarcophagus or sarcophagi plural were painted, so they didn't always look realistic, but a lot of times some of the faces had a lot of gold on it. I don't have a gold marker, but yellow is closest. Yellow and orange are pretty close. I'm gonna color in my lips on my mummy a nice red. I'm gonna fill in my eyes, have brown eyes. And the chin decoration, I am going to color in orange. Like I said, you can color yours in however you like. It doesn't have to look anything like mine if you don't want it to. It's your masterpiece and you're in charge of it. For the headdress, we are actually gonna pick 2 colors. I want everyone to pick 2 colors to do stripes with. So we're just gonna alternate colors. I'm gonna pick orange and blue. So I'm just gonna do all my orange stripes first, where I'm skipping every other line and coloring it in. You don't have to pick orange and blue. You can pick whatever colors you want to. I just want you to pick 2 colors to color in the headdress of your ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. Oops, I am smearing some of my colors around. That happens sometimes. Even though I'm right-handed, I somehow still push my hand into the paper and it ends up smearing the colors everywhere. I gotta be careful of that, but that's okay. I'm just gonna make it work. Even though there's a little smudged orange in some places, that's okay. So I'm just doing all my orange stripes, like I said, and then I'm gonna go in and do my blue stripes. And then we're just doing this on the headdress part. Then we're gonna decorate the bottom part of our sarcophagus with different colors and different patterns. So I said my second color, I'm picking blue. So I'm just coloring all the stripes that I left blank blue. So you can take whichever second color you're using and do that as well. Also remember that if you are behind or you need to catch up, don't be afraid to pause the video so that you can catch up to what we're doing. And that's the thing I love about our recorded lessons, is you can always rewind if you missed a step and you can hear me repeat exactly what I needed to say. So we're just coloring in our lines as best we can, taking our time with our 2 colors that we have picked. And our headdress of our sarcophagus is completed. Wonderful. Now we are just going to work on filling in these stripes with different colors and patterns. So one way to do it is you could pick a light colored marker. So yellow is pretty light. And I could color in that part yellow. And then I could go over with a darker color, like I have a blue, and just fill it in with a shape or pattern. I could just do blue stars over and over if I wanted to. The bottom of mine. If you have the gold or silver Sharpie, you can color your stripes any color and do your pattern designs with the gold or silver Sharpie, which actually end up looking really, really cool, but unfortunately I don't have any of those right now. That's okay though, we're just gonna make do with what we have. And you're just gonna fill it with patterns in different colors of your choosing. That's an orange. And now I'm gonna do a zigzag line across, and then I'm gonna do some polka dots in between zigzag lines. And then you just pick another color, color it in, and so on. Like I said, you can either copy mine exactly, or you can do your own and pick your own colors and designs. Like I said earlier, you pretty much just created your own coloring sheet, and now you are just going to decorate it however you would like to. What other designs am I gonna do? I'm gonna do some almond shapes across with a little line down the middle like that. Some little Egyptian shapes. Do this next one red. I think I'm just gonna add that little black marker, just add some lines down the middle, straight lines for my pattern. Switching it up a little bit. Some sections you could just color it in. I'm gonna color it in purple, and I'm not gonna add any decoration on top of it. I'm just coloring it in purple, and that's all that section will be. You don't have to add patterns or shapes on top of every section. Some of them could just be a color if that's what you chose to do. And we are just filling it up with our own decorations for our sarcophagus. So I'm just doing two straight lines, two diagonal lines one direction, two diagonal lines another direction, and then two straight lines, and two diagonal, and then two diagonal on the other side. This one I'm just gonna do brown. I'm not gonna do any pattern on top of it. And then I liked how on the thinner one, when we did the red one, we just did the stripes. I thought that looked cool. So I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna use orange this time. And add some stripes on that one. Very fun. You can get really creative with this. You can use so many different colors, patterns, and shapes, and that's what I like about it, is everybody's art piece should be super unique and different, and I love that. This one I'm gonna do a circle in the middle, little dots around it, the crosses in the middle, 3 dots on the side, other circle, the dot in the middle, and then some more dots on the side, and then 3 dots. So I'm just decorating it with different shapes. Next stripe I'm gonna do is yellow. I think I'm going to just use my black fine tip marker. I think I'm just gonna do some X's across the yellow. Next one, I'm gonna do a brown stripe, and I'm not gonna add any decorations on top of that one. I'm just gonna keep that one a blank one. Coloring it in. We're almost finished with our masterpiece. I'm gonna do a red again. And since it's one of those skinny lines, I'm just gonna do the stripes across it because I really like those vertical lines. I think it looks really cool. The next color I'm gonna pick, I'm actually gonna do, oh, I just did a yellow one up there. Let's do green. We haven't done a green color in a while. I'm gonna do green for our next stripe color. And I'm just gonna do a wavy line that goes all the way through like that. And last but not least, what color should I do? I'm gonna do yellow. I'm just gonna do 2 diagonal lines going opposite directions. And there it is, our completed sarcophagus. I had so much fun doing this. I really like the way mine turned out. I think it looks super cool on the bright colored paper too. It's fun to have that bright background. I can't wait to see how yours turned out. I'm sure they're all absolutely amazing. I hope you all had as much fun as I did, and I will see you next time for our art lesson. I hope you have a great rest of your day.